Hello everyone, Commander Guts back again for another tutorial video. So with this one, we're going to do a basic setup for Discord. So if you're new to this, you definitely want to start out with this. That way you're not having problems at the beginning. So as soon as you jump in, you go into the channel and you'll see your name here at the bottom left. Go ahead to user settings, the little hexagon shape here. And then from there you go to voice and video. From voice and video, definitely make sure that you're on voice activity here, and then you'll see your sensitivity. You can mess around with that if you want, or you can make it automatic by clicking this. You can change all your settings for this. You can change your camera. I don't have my webcam plugged in, but I have my HTC Vive plugged in, so I'll just keep that there for now. For output devices, I have it set for default, but I would put it to whatever you're listening to. So if you're using headphones, go ahead. Change the speakers. I'm just going to leave it to default. And then your input, your microphone. Are you using a headset or are you using like a Blue Yeti stereo microphone? So I have mine set to Blue Yeti because that's what I'm using. And then from there, it's pretty much set. All you have to do is press X and then you go into it. If you are a streamer, I would recommend turning on streamer mode. Just enable it. That way it hides all your valuable information, whatever you need. And then it will pretty much leave all this as default, and you should be good. Now you can set to keybinds, and I would recommend that if you are a streamer as well, so that way while you're in game, you can mute yourself, you can mute your Discord, you can mute all that stuff, all the noise. If someone jumps into your channel being noisy, you can just press a button and then it mutes, but it won't record it. So all right, keybinds right here. So I have toggle mute set to my minus button on my numpad, and that seems to work pretty well. I don't know, I guess I disabled it. So I usually do this. Let's see. Push talk, toggle deafen. There we go. And then I have it set to plus. So that's usually what I use for when I'm streaming. So that way I can mute my Discord and at the same time mute OBS or Shadowplay, whatever you guys use. Also, if you want to change your appearance, you just go to appearance and you can mess with some stuff. You got light and dark theme. I prefer dark, light. Oh! Yeah, see. I prefer the dark theme. Cozy's is nice. It's it's easy on the eyes, and compact is just kind of very default looking. So I just leave it as cozy with dark, and then you can change your scaling here. So where you change all the chat font, how big it is. So I'll leave it there, and then zoom level you can zoom in, but I like to leave it at 100. And all this, you don't have to worry about all this stuff. This is more for developers and stuff. If you're one of those, there's probably plenty of tutorials for that to go more in depth with that. I myself am not a developer. All right, and continuing on, we got notifications. Now, you're going to get a lot of tags. For that, you want to make sure that you're able to do it. So if you want sounds in your notifications, go ahead and keep them on. If you don't, you can pick and choose which one makes a sound or not. Or if you don't want any, just mute them all. From there, you have your notifications on your desktop. You can enable those, so it'll pop up in the corner saying, oh, you have a notification. If you don't want that, turn it off. You can turn all this stuff off. And this will kind of time out, so you could set it to 10 minutes as the default, and I just leave it at default, so that way you don't have to worry about that. We move on to overlay. Overlay, pretty much while you're in game or in some software, it will kind of show you the top left who's chatting, who's in game, and who's talking at the time. You can leave it to have large or small. I leave it at large, and it can display names that are in the chat constantly or just who is speaking, or you can just hide it, and it'll just kind of show you that there's someone is speaking. Display users, you can always have them on, or you can just display only the ones that are talking. So when they're chatting and this is all off, then you won't really see who's talking. So I always have only one speaking. So whenever speaking, it shows their names, their display names, and large avatars. So that's pretty much it. I have it set to shift, and then this the button above tab, which typically gets you into the console. So that will get you into enable in-game overlay. You can turn it off and leave it off, but every once in a while, if you want to record or stream, you can see who's chatting. It'll be a nice little thing to have on your video. And that pretty much concludes all the basic settings. So I made a Discord tutorial about invites, and now I'm updating this one for basics. So to go in tandem with Discord tutorials for 2018. Anywho, this is Commander Guts signing off. We'll catch you in the next video, probably in a few years once I have to update again. All right, guys. Love you.